I was first, long time ago, I started to study accounting, long time ago. Because in school, high school, they make tests and they say, oh, you, accounting, you know. And then, but I was a dancer. And I danced for 7 to 8 years in a professional troupe, folk dance, tap dance, and ballet jazz, modern. And then when people get hurt, you know, you give massage to people in the dance, and then suddenly I started to learn massage therapy. And I started to work in a clinic, acupuncture clinic. So I started to learn a little bit acupuncture, and then I studied natural medicine, naturopathy in Quebec, 3 hours up North Montreal. And I was in a small village, 60,000 people, and we had one clinic of acupuncture, and I founded there with a colleague a school of naturopathy. And, you know, you sell a lot of drops, you sell a lot of homeopathy, good treatment, acupuncture, massage. It's good, but people keep coming with the same problem sometimes, and you wonder what's going on, why do they come with the same problem? And one day, we had the wife of the oncologist of the city where I worked. She came because she has a terrible headache for the last 10 years. Okay? So headache for 10 years. Her name is Monique. She's 50 years old. And what's interesting, she is treated for the last 10 years by the #1 clinic of the migraine, the best clinic in the world for migraine. All what she takes is very strong medicine. So in acupuncture, we check liver, gallbladder, we check the diet. And as I talk with her, I discover that she doesn't have a headache all the time. She has headache 6 days a week. 1 day in the week, she doesn't have headache, and it is Sunday. So now what's interesting is, you know, when you work in medicine, sometimes you don't have the time to talk with people. It's very quick. So this woman, she came and asked her, okay, what do you do Sunday? She goes to church, and she sings at church. And as you ask her questions, she was, long time ago, an opera singer for the Montreal Symphony Orchestra. And she sang, she had a carry, everybody loved her. And then she fell in love with a man, a doctor, and so finally the jet set start, a nice life. But the man she married, that doctor, was promoted 3 hours up North Montreal in my city, okay? And she was obliged to leave all her jet set life, and she stopped singing as a professional singer. So she went to that little village, and she lived in the countryside, and she raised children. And then, you know, this woman was a public woman, a career woman. And she likes to talk. She's a woman of communication. And then now, her husband, he works so hard that when he comes back at night, he doesn't want to talk. So she never talk, just with children. So eventually, she develops headache. But Sunday, she sings at church. She feels valued for herself. She has no headache. And then the following 6 days, she has headache because she goes into repair phase of the conflict of feeling devalued with her mind because she never uses her potential. Okay? So it's what we discovered. Okay? And as we talk about that, headache stopped. Because she told the way she felt underneath her misery, underneath her pain, okay? It started like that. And then when she went back home, her husband, doctor, who is the oncologist of the place, he said, wow. So he started to send to me many clients that were almost dead, you know, after chemotherapy, and we started to try to help them like that. It was very hard because at the beginning I studied German new medicine, and I didn't know the step-by-step how to help people, how to talk with people, how to make them talk. And then progressively I will learn that, and I will study with different mentors. And one of my main mentors is Claude Sabat from France. And it's been extremely precious in my learning process. And then now I do that full-time, and I try to help And I always like to say, I put all the body of knowledge that I've learned over the years under the name recallhealing. It can do wonders, but it's not a panacea, it's not a miracle. Sometimes it doesn't work. Why? Because sometimes we don't find the story. But what we discovered is, most of the time, a disease, a problem in our life that we experience in the body, is a response that we have to a conflict in our life that we've been unable to resolve. And quite often, as we discover the reason why we became ill, that's the way we start to get better. And sometimes you need to combine with a good natural medicine or even a good medicine. We're not against anything as long as we optimize the healing process.
Is there one good advice that you would give to people who want to avoid getting ill, falling into disease?
Okay, the best advice I can say is this one. We all have a thinking process, a mind, okay? We have a heart, feelings, and we have a behavior. So many of us, we wish to do something, we want to do something, but we don't do it. Sometimes you do something because you want to do it, but after that you think and you're very pissed off because it's not what you wanted to do, or you regret it because you didn't think enough before. And sometimes we do something without any intention, and we feel bad after. So we say a disease is a lack of coherence between what I think, what I feel, and the way I behave. So if I do something to please someone, if it's just once, it's okay. But if you repeat that all over, there's a moment you feel disconnected with yourself. And a disease is a little bit a lack of coherence between that. Okay? And to heal or to avoid to be ill is to say what I think, to say what I feel, and to behave or to act accordingly to what you have in your mind and your heart. And is that the saying? When you walk your talk, you don't have the same problem than when you don't.